Let me tell you something real. I had a homeboy who made 6 figures a year, but today he's sleeping on his sister's couch. Why? Because he had no habits, no plan, no discipline. He thought money meant freedom, but he never learned how to keep it. And here's the truth most men ignore. It's not about how much you make. It's not about how much you make. It's about how you move. In this video, I'm breaking down financial habits every real man must master. If you ever want to lead, protect, and live on your terms, if you want to lead, protect, and live on your terms, this is the video for you. Miss this game, and you'll be the one years from now wondering where your life went. Watch closely, because what I'm about to give you, most men never, ever get taught. So we're going to discuss that today. And normally, this is not for free. Normally, most men have to pay for this. But I'm going to give it to you for free. We're going to talk about it today. So, what I want to discuss today, let's go to number one. And this is something I think a lot of you need to understand, right? Consistent budgeting. And when I tell you this matters like a motherfucker, this matters, right? You know, you got to track your income and expenses. You got to track your income and expenses. Know exactly where your money goes. Every single cent. You have to know where your money goes. If you don't know where your money goes, and you're really not a good budgeter. You're not a good guy who is organized. If you don't know where your money goes, you're just spending impulsively, right? What you want to do is you want to create a monthly budget. You want to create a monthly budget, prioritize your needs, right? You want to prioritize that, right? And you want to prioritize your savings, yes. And then you want to make sure your wants are in there. See, because a lot of times that happen, you all forget about the things you may want, and that causes you to be impulsive. So you have to build this up, but you have to know that building it up means that you're going to probably adjust it regularly. You don't adjust it to spend, you adjust it to save more if you can. Life chances, so life, hold on one second. A lot of cars. It says, so life is going to change for you. It's going to change, but it shouldn't change for you to be broke. You can't be broke and think you're doing something with your life. You just can't be that, right? So that's number one. Number two, you have to embrace living below your means. I'm gonna say it again. You have to embrace living below your means, right? Spend less than you earn all the time. All of the time. Spend less than you earn. That's so important. Avoid like any type of lifestyle inflation. You know, like y'all know what y'all be doing, man. These concerts and all these superficial things. You have to live below your means. You have to. And if you don't, I'll tell you right now, if you don't, you will be a person you'll be a person who I believe who's going to be set behind, right? So avoid any lifestyle inflations. And focus on value over your status, right? Focus anytime. It doesn't matter what it is. You focus value over your status when making purchases, right? Like, what am I getting out of this? This is very important. Like, how long is this going to last? You know, I just think there's so many things that a lot of men forget. And the reason why y'all forget it is because you never set yourself up to doing the things that's right for you in that moment. You never set yourself up. You buy things impulsively. You impulse buy. And you shouldn't do that. You shouldn't do that at all. You can't do that. That's not something you should be doing. So focus on the value over the status. A lot of y'all buy Gucci's and all that when your money don't fit Gucci. You know what I mean? It just don't fit Gucci, and that's okay. If it don't fit Gucci, it's all right. But you got to live below your means in order to get there one day, right? Set your budget. Do the right thing, right? Another thing is you have to build an emergency fund. This is what you do. You aim yourself for 3 to 6 months of living expenses, right? And keep it in a high yield savings account. And I'm gonna probably talk about that one more time in another episode, but keep it in a high yield savings account. See, people don't know how powerful good savings accounts are. You don't know that because you haven't put yourself in a situation to understand what that means. But what you want is a high yield savings account, right? Use it only in true emergencies. True emergencies, right? Medical bills, car repairs, stuff like that, man. You can't. Savings accounts you really should be blind to savings. You should really be blind to savings. Savings accounts you should really be blind to. Totally. It doesn't even exist. So make sure high yield savings account, and you only go to it for emergencies. I think this is number 4 for me. Pay yourself, right? You pay yourself and at least 20% off top. Automate your savings. Automate all your savings, income towards your savings. You got to get that go right from your account over, boom, right to your savings account. Because if you have to move it, what happens is you think about all the things that you should be doing, and you just shouldn't. You should prioritize your retirement, your contributions to your 401k, your IRA, and all of that. Early and consistent. You should do that. That be a priority. And most jobs or big companies, they do that for you. But you want to not only do it for yourself, but you do it there, but do it for yourself. Now I know you're thinking like, man, it sounds like a lot. It sounds like a lot of money. This is why I put it on video for you guys to rewind, and I want you guys to think about all of this. This is very important, man. This is so important, right? So another thing, you want to eliminate, eliminate and avoid all bad debt. That goes without saying, right? Pay off let's start here. Pay off all your high interest debts, like your credit cards, but you got to pay that off aggressively. Pay that stuff off aggressively. Do not be a man that will go to a Chris Brown concert, Wu-Tang concert, buying his console, going out on these days instead of paying off your credit card bills. Straight up. And also avoid borrowing. Like don't go to these check cash and don't do none of that. Right? Avoid borrowing, and you don't want to put yourself in a position to owe anybody no money. You do. right? So use some type of debt. Use debt, I think, strategically. Low interest credit cards, low interest mortgages, I know a lot of y'all got student loans, man. Man, you got to work on that and getting that paid off, man, because student loans is really destroying you, and they will destroy you. So that's why it's very important for you to prioritize these things and make sure you put that in your plan too, in order to pay that off, right? I think a lot of you young men and older men, really, I think a lot of you older men and young men, I think you need to invest early and consistently. I really do. I think you need to invest early and consistently. Because what happens is that you guys got a lot of frivolous money because you don't have a high debt ratio right now when you're a young person. Sometimes you're living with your parents, sometimes you're roommating with your friends, so your money, you have a lot more money than you should, so you save 20%, but then you got this little money invested. Look into some investments, right? Compound, I want you guys to really think about this. I want you guys to look into some stocks and bonds. And I really want you guys to learn how to invest. Contribute regularly in some type of... I would contribute regularly into some type of stock that's been steady and do well for you. I would do that. Also, too, if you got extra money, go ahead and throw it in your retirement or your brokerage accounts. I would do that too. There's nothing wrong with putting a little bit more money away, so when you get older, you have a nice little, you be set up pretty well, right? I think you should diversify your investments. Like we always talk about stocks and bonds, but real estate is a good investment also. Real estate is a great investment actually, if you can. But real estate can put you in the rears quick if you don't understand the business of real estate. If you don't understand how house flipping works, how interest works, equity works, if you don't understand any of that stuff, study all that before you get into this business. Study all that before you get into this business. I think another thing you guys lose focus of, you need to monitor your credit every single week. Check credit reports like all the time. And I know I got 5-6 bank accounts, but one of the bank accounts I do have, they offer free credit reports anytime I ask for it. It's Golden One. I don't even go to ones where y'all at, but they do it all the time. So check your reports. They got a couple credit places out there like annualcreditreports.com and stuff like that. Credit Karma and stuff like that. They can help y'all out. But maintain a strong credit score, man. Pay on time. And don't max your credit cards out or nothing like that. You should be fine, man. Dispute any errors quickly, though. Dispute them so quickly and promptly. Dispute all of them. It don't even matter if you know their truths. Dispute them. Hopefully they'll fall off. But I would maintain my credit because credit is just like having a savings account. You really needed some money in case of emergency. You got action. Number 8. Set financial goals, right? And so we said this in the beginning, but we're going to say it in a different way now, right? Short-term goals, right? Now, some of your goals can be what? Vacation, emergency fund, right? That's short-term. Medium-term, a home, a down payment on a home, stuff like that. Long-term, retirement, financial independence, that type of stuff, right? Track your progress. Investments also will be long-term, or it can be almost a little bit of medium. But all of these things are financial goals that you need to set, and you need to put this into a program that's going to suit you as a man. Now, I'm telling you this, I'm giving y'all this game because I want you to be strong men. especially when you be in relationships with women. Having all of this already going for yourself makes you a strong and better man for your relationship. And also, we want to show your kids, you want to protect your legacy, you do things like this. You do things like this. So make sure y'all listen to this. Number 9. Now I'm going to say this respectfully. A lot of you men are not financially literate. You're just not. Let me tell you what you need to do. You need to read real personal finance books. You need to listen to a lot of podcasts, financial podcasts. You know, follow trusted experts. They have so many out there that are really gamed up. You guys need to really get literate. Understand key concepts, inflation, interest, taxes, diversification, you know what I mean, et cetera, et cetera. Just stay informed. Stay informed about changes and laws, and use all the resources and tools you possibly can to help your finances. I'm really rooting for y'all on that. Get financially literate in order for you to be better men. That is so important. The last tip, and this is why I say follow and wait to the end. Protect all assets. Protect all of your assets. Insurance, health insurance, life insurance, disability, auto insurance, renter's insurance, blah, 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 homeowner, blah, blah, blah. Do it all, gentlemen. Get all of it. Do all of the insurances. Do them all. Do them all. I'm going to tell you, man, I think that's so important to have all of those intact, you know what I mean? Man, even estate planning, right? A will, power of attorney, health, any power of attorney over your health or whatever. Like, have it all. Young men, older men, get it. Have something for like fraud prevention too. Secure all of your accounts, man. Like, I'm gonna tell y'all, man, I've been through so much in life. And one thing I will tell you is, you have to protect your assets, gentlemen. You have to protect your assets, man. Like, I can't even explain it more than that. You know what I mean? I really need y'all to never, ever go broke. Ever. Never. Money, power, freedom. Money, power, freedom. I want you to understand, you can keep doing what average men do every day. You can do that. Live check to check, flex for people who don't care about you, and drawn to what you got, not who you are. You can keep doing that. Or you can build. Right? The habits I just gave you. Are the difference between power and panic. Between legacy and lost time. So you ask, are you stacking wealth or stacking excuses? Ask yourself that. Subscribe. Like this video if you got value from this video. Please, in the comments below, I want you to put down never broke in the comments. If you're done with playing small games, Put that in the comments. Because one day, you will need to understand this. And I'm going to say this but I'm going to get up out of here. I'm going to get up out of here. One day you're going to need this. Because one day your future depends on it. Either way, make the move your best move. Doesn't matter. Make your next move your best move. My name is Mr. 1950. I have a mentorship, gatewaytogame.com. Get at me. I'm out. Peace.